Our main priority is to get those living in the United States out to vote. The voter apathy in the United States is out of control. When you look at any of these newer democracies, their voter turnout puts us to shame. If we want to be the greatest democracy on the planet, we've got to get out and vote.
So in the days leading up to this year's very important election, we at Twinema Cinema are focusing on presidential positivity. So in addition to the previous episode, for the next couple, we're going to be talking about the good parts of the political process. And at the same time, we're going to be plugging some charities and other things that we think will be of service to our democracy.
Twinema.
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 Cinema.
Twinema.
Cinema.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Twinema Cinema's first ever draft.
And what are we drafting? We're drafting presidents. Now, for this coming up episode, we are going to be picking 5 presidents each of real presidents or fictional presidents. We're just saying who we think is the best president, and Joey has the first pick, and then I will go, and we're each going, and we're going to have 10 total.
All right, with my first pick in the first ever Twinema Cinema presidential draft, I'm going with the American president.
Getting some Sorkin in there. I like it. It's like, that's not the first one I thought that was going to get picked, if I'm going to be honest.
It's not if you would have been drafted first, you wouldn't have gone with that one. So
no, there's like one president that always sticks in my mind, and that's not it. But I don't want to pick it right away, because I actually want to go with my number 1 pick first. One of my favorite presidents that has ever been put on film, Dave.
Ooh.
Kevin Kline as the president.
You know what? I have actually never seen Dave.
It is a perfect movie.
Ooh, coming from me, perfect movies get thrown around a little bit more often. But coming from you, that's saying a lot.
I adore this movie, and I adore this president.
Okay, I'm excited to watch that one then, which also ties in very nicely with my second pick, another movie that I haven't seen, but based on everything I've seen about it, he's a good president. And you know what movie that is, Max?
I have an idea.
Lincoln.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
I have never seen Lincoln. I don't know why. I feel like when I didn't see it in theaters, I think that was kind of the end of it for me. I was like, I will watch it eventually because it's a Spielberg movie. But since I didn't watch it in theaters, it just kind of went to the back burner.
Oh, man, I'm excited to see what you think about this one, because I actually consider this Spielberg's best movie of this century.
Excellent. That's high praise, especially considering we've got Catch Me If You Can, which is one of my personal favorite Spielberg films.
Oh, yeah, and then you got Minority Report as well, and AI, which I think gets better with every viewing, but I think that's a me thing.
Oh, man, AI is so sad.
It is so sad, but it becomes less of a Spielberg movie every time you see it, and more of a Kubrick movie, which actually works in its favor.
Oh, well, that's awesome. I'm glad you have that experience.
All right, my number 2 pick. I'm going to go with a good one, I swear. It is going to be Air Force One.
Oh, God! Why didn't I think of that one? I love this movie so much. It's such a huge part of my childhood, Max.
I love this movie, but mostly, tangentially, I love this movie because it's a fantastic gag in Scary Movie 3.
I don't think I've seen Scary Movie 3.
I actually like it because it was directed by the same guys that did Airplane, and at one point, Leslie Nielsen's the president. He will not be on this list, I'm sure. But he's walking through the halls. He's looking concerned about the alien invasion that's happening right now, and he asks, what would President Ford do? And to his right is not a portrait of Gerald Ford, it's Harrison Ford. It's one of my favorite gags ever, and I think about it every time I think of this movie.
Oh, man, that's so good. I just thought of one that I'm definitely not going to pick, but it just occurred to me. Isn't Lloyd Bridges the president in Hot Shots Part 2?
He is. He's like the George W. Wait, no, not the George. He's like the H.W. Bush of that movie.
Gotcha. I couldn't remember because he's not president in the first movie, right? He's just like a general, right?
No, he absolutely was elected president in between movies, and that would be an insane pick.
That is not the pick. The one I am going with is one that has resonated with me for many, many 4th of Julys.
I think I know
We're
what this
going
is.
with Independence Day.
That's it. That's what I thought you were going to pick right out of the gate.
I don't know, man. I freaking love the American president. I'm a sucker for romances and having a president who's single. It's fun. I love that movie.
And easily one of the greatest speeches ever put to film, president or not.
Exactly. His speech when he at the end of the movie, so good.
All right. Well, I actually, well, I'm surprised I have not picked one about a real president yet. I fear I may not at this point.
Oh, no.
Because while this movie does have a real president being portrayed, it has nothing to do with his presidential duties. My third pick, I'm going with Night at the Museum.
Oh, you crafty son of a bitch. I love that pick. That pick's
So, yes,
so good.
Robin Williams, Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, I would have never got. Yeah, that is so out of left field. I love it. I love it. Man, that movie's pretty good. I haven't seen the sequels, but the first one, that's a good movie.
I may end up watching all of them, but for the sake of this, I'll just choose the first one.
For sure. All right. God, now it's back to me. This is a movie that I really quite enjoyed. I don't know how many other people actually saw it, but this is my pick for number 4, Hyde Park on Hudson.
Hyde Park on Hudson. Is that the Bill Murray one?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so about the other Roosevelt.
Yes, indeed.
This will be an interesting one. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that he falls in love with his cousin.
I feel like it's not his cousin, but I honestly don't remember because if it was, I'm sure I intentionally forgot that part.
It's like I'm sure a lot of people have.
All right, Max, what do you got for your 4th pick in the draft?
All right, so for pick number 4, I am going to pick one of the greatest presidents ever portrayed in any medium, and that is Josiah Bartlet from West Wing.
I don't know if we can count that, Max.
Oh, come on, really?
This is a movie podcast. At least that's what we're trying to be. I don't know if we can go into television this early. Maybe when we start running out of material later.
Man, okay. Damn it, really? That's a good one, too.
Well, I'm sorry.
You've thrown me off my groove, man. Okay, so if I can't do Jed Bartlett, this will be interesting. I think it stretches the definition of good president, but I enjoy this president because he does the best he can. I'm going to go with Dr. Strangelove.
Oh,
Peter Sellers playing one of many characters, but President Muffley.
Well, I didn't see that one coming. I think we're doing a surprisingly good job of catching each other off guard in our presidential picks.
We're also doing a good job of not repeating ourselves either. Like, we haven't had one repeat president so far, and I think we should keep it that way.
I agree. I feel like if we really wanted to, there's a couple presidents that we could definitely double up on, but I like the idea of us keeping all of our presidents separate. All right, Max, so is it back to me now?
It is back to you for your last pick.
Oh, man. So much pressure. I think I'm going to have to do I like this pick because it's almost unfair, so I'm going to do it anyway. My Fellow Americans.
I can't argue with it too much because I simply have not seen the movie. But which one? Do you have a particular president in mind from that one?
We're going to rewatch the movie and see because it's been a while, so I don't remember which president I like the most. I'm going to assume that it's Jack Lemmon, though, because I feel like he's generally my favorite in all of those movies that they did together.
The other one being James Garner in question, if I remember correctly. But there's a lot of presidents in that movie. So
yes, indeed there are. At least 3 for sure that I remember.
All right. Well, for my last pick on this one, it's a pick that I'm frankly surprised hasn't been laid down yet, as there are so many movies with this guy in a good light. And obviously the most popular one being the one where he's not the president anymore because he has already been shot. But I am going to go with 13 Days.
That you're right. It's surprising that we didn't pick ourselves a JFK movie.
And it's like there haven't been any JFKs yet, so here we are.
You know, I like it. I like that they're like that he came in last. You know, very unexpected, coming up with an actual president there. Actually, let me just double check my list. Okay, good. I did have 2 real presidents in there. I couldn't remember for sure. I'm like, I know I picked fictional presidents for most of the list.
And then, yeah, I have only 1 real president and 1 real president, but not in a presidential movie.
Yeah. Which is just such a good choice. I'm still just kind of kicking myself that you came up with that one. A solid move, Max.
So there you are. We have our 10 picks for the best presidents portrayed on film, and we're going to go head-to-head and rank them all live for your pleasure.
And so join us on our next episode to check it out and see what happens here in the ringer.
I love coffee. Do you love coffee? I love coffee too. You know what else coffee can do? It can help us keep this podcast going. So if you go to coffee.com/Twinema Cinema, ko-fi.com/Twinema Cinema, you can give us coffee or money coffee or coffee money. Oh man, we should pay with beans. Anyway, coffee.com/Twinema Cinema. Help us out. Thanks. Bye.